What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Textbooks Junkie here with a review on the Beats by Dre Executive. And basically I'm just going to kind of be doing a little review of it and also comparing it to the Beats by Dre Pros and the Beats by Dre Wireless. Alright, let's get started here. First I'm going to talk about the comfort of these three headphones. These Beats by Dre Executives just came out not too long ago, like I think early last week or something like that. And they're really nice. I mean, as far as their comfort, the quality that's been put into the leather, the headband right here, very comfortable as well. And I really enjoy these as far as, you know, how they feel in my head. One thing, I do have a pretty big face, and so people out there with a big face, you know, may feel a little discomfort because they are a little snug, you know, which kind of reminds me and leads me to the professionals. They're a little bit more snug. You know, one thing I did notice, I used to have the white pair, and you know, they would get dirty, so I got rid of those and got these black pair. And I don't know if it was because these were a later model or what, but these actually do not fit as snug as the previous pair I had. So like the first ones I got when they first came out, and these, you know, are real, you know, maybe a few months old, and they do not fit as tight. They're actually not bad. And to be honest with you, as far as that snugness issue, I kind of experienced the same thing with these, you know. I mean, just because I think the size of my head and my face, but I think a normal size face would probably be okay. And then we come to the wireless as far as their comfort. I really like how these feel. I mean, yeah, they don't cup your ear. These just kind of go on top of your ear, but they do a very good job as far as being very light, as far as being very comfortable. And so, to me, I'd have to choose the comfort of these, although I really do like the over-the-ear style and the type of cushion that has been used in the Executives and also the Pros. Next, I'm going to go to the sound quality. Alright, this is a pretty big one here. As most of you probably know, the professionals are just that. I mean, they're kind of all around nice. I mean, the highs, the mids, and the lows is just all kind of packed together real nicely, and I really have no complaints. You know, I hear everything very well. Okay, now we go to the Executives. One thing I will say about these Executives, and of course these are noise canceling, you can see the green light on. These are noise canceling, and one thing I will say about them is at a high volume they are very loud and very crisp. You know, compared to, say for instance, the studios, the sound quality is like really night and day. The studios were overwhelmed with bass, and the highs and mids just did not really sound right. But these Executives, I think they really hit it on the highs and mids. But one thing, you know, if you're really big and into the bass, you know, you may not like these quite as much because the bass is toned down and it is a lot more crisp sounding. One other thing about these that I did notice, at a low volume, because you know, you may not want everybody around you hearing everything. At a low volume, the bass really is not very much. It sounds great, but the bass is not very much. You know, you kind of got to crank it up to get it to come out and be more distinct. So that was kind of, you know, a little bit of a complaint. And I guess I probably wouldn't have known that if I hadn't had these wireless. These wireless at a low volume, say, and we're talking about, 40-50%, we have very good highs, very good mids, and pretty decent sounding bass. I mean, it's not overwhelming, for instance, like the studios, but you can kind of feel it bumping on your ear a little bit, and so that I really liked about, the wireless aspect of them. The fact that the wireless aspect of the Beats headphones, the fact that they carry the bass very well, even at a low volume. Okay. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the weight. And obviously, with the Pros being so big, they're going to weigh the most. And they do. And they do feel a little bit heavy on your head. So if you got a weak neck, you might want to do some neck crunches or something to strengthen that if you plan on wearing these. The Executive, they're not light. They're not as heavy as the Pros, but they're also not light themselves. And they're made also with the aluminum material, so as the Pros are. So, they pack a little bit of weight, I must admit, but not all that bad for me, anyways. And then the wireless, pretty light. Maybe even a little too light for some people. I do work out with these, and I have, they will tend to kind of move a little bit when you're jogging, and it may have something to do with, the light aspect of them. So I guess light could maybe be bad in some ways. All right. Then I just wanted to kind of touch on the leaking aspect, and the winner would have to probably be the Pros as far as sound leaking out. Of course, all these headphones, if you crank them up all the way, you're going to make people mad, especially depending on what you're listening to. But you're going to probably make some people mad. At 50%, I think they all do a very good job. Even the wireless, the Executives do a good job. But when you start getting past that 50% mark, you will be noticed and may get some stares. So if that's not an issue, then all these are fine as far as leaking goes. Okay, then I want to talk a little bit just about the style and the look. To me, the Executives have a very, very nice style and look to them. I guess that's kind of why they call them Executive, because they're kind of targeting and marketing a different crowd as before. I had these headphones on at work, and somebody came by and had, mentioned that they liked them. They're not as, how do you say, out there, I guess, as far as color wise. The scheme is just more laid back. Really just kind of like Apple colors in a way. Kind of a brushed type grayish, and then the black. So these really are very nice looking, in my opinion, and probably the nicest looking ones of the three. The Pros would probably be the second nicest. I mean, it's definitely pretty close, but they're just kind of real aggressive. I mean, big, huge letters, and just the size of them is just kind of aggressive. And, if that's what you're after, hey, there you go. And then these are they're small, but, they stand out. And I think these are perfect for like the gym crowd, because, that's really what it seems to be about in the gym. People wearing loud colors, orange, pink, fluorescent green shoes. So these kind of colors will probably fit right in that crowd. And that's where I use these at mostly anyways. And they do a great job. Options as far as colors, right now, the Beats Executive only come in this one color. Okay, and that's going to be this gray, brush gray look with kind of a blackish gray border and earmuffs, cushion and earmuffs. So, you're kind of limited right now. I'm sure they'll probably come out with another color later, but as of now, that's where they're at. And then the other two are pretty much come in black and come in white. Basically, this I believe this is white, and then the earmuffs are white on the white pair. And then as far as these, I believe is pretty much the same. Everything that you see that's black is white. So not very many distinctions or differences with the colors. Now when you get to the studios and the solos, they have, I don't even know how many colors they have. It's really a lot. So if color's your deal, maybe you might want to go a different route. Alright. Then we're going to get and just talk about the battery. Do they take batteries and battery life? The executives do take 2 AAA batteries. It comes with 2 of them. These AAA batteries really do last a long time. They say about 25 hours. So, that, a couple hours a day, that'll last you quite a while. The bad thing about the battery side of it is that when the batteries go out, the headphones go out. So you may want to get you a set of rechargeables. These do not recharge, are not set up to recharge, and that's just that. And of course, that's the compartment where the 2 batteries go. This just connects through a magnet. Then you have the wireless. In my opinion, are the best option concerning batteries, because not only do they work off of batteries, but they also work off of the plug. So, you can use batteries, and if they get low or something, you can always plug these in. So that to me is a big thing and a nice option. One thing, of course, when they're not by batteries, these are Bluetooth. So the Bluetooth quality is not as good as the wired. I would kind of compare it as far as the amount of sound that comes out, as far as how loud it is. On the Bluetooth, it probably have to be about 50% versus your source would have to be turned up to about 50% versus 40% if it's on a wire. It just sounds more, it sounds louder and a little more crisp. So that's a nice thing about that. But the batteries in these do last quite a while. I take them to work as well as to the gym, and I probably have to charge them up maybe once a week. So they really do a good job as far as that. I wanted to also point out one more thing that I noticed with the set of wires that they give you with the executives. Let's see here. It's an L shape and then a straight piece. Well, keep in mind that what type of case you have. This is the OtterBox for the iPhone 5. Really the only decent cases out there right now. LifeProof is working on one, but I have my problems with them because you can only use the adapter for the headphones, so I had to switch out of that because adapters kept messing up. But anyways, the L shape has a hard time fitting in here. So I ended up having to put the L shape in here and then using the straight part into the headphone jack of the phone. So just keep that in mind. The last thing I want to talk about was the cases. The case for the Beats Executive is very, very nice. It's made out of, not really sure what this is, but it's very, I feel very comfortable putting my headphones anywhere in this case, versus and being compared to the Beats Pro, which come in a nice bag, kind of a suede type bag, but not very much protection. But I still put those anywhere because they're made like a truck. I mean, literally kind of borderline indestructible, I'd say. And then the wireless comes with this type of felt material, and I usually just carry this in my hand whenever I take these because I don't feel too safe. I do believe these are very sturdy headphones and built very well, just because of how I've seen on YouTube videos a guy literally just destroying them, and they maintained, you know, working and being still together after all they went through. So just wanted to point a couple of the things out concerning that. I've been wearing these Beats by Dre Executive through my workout this morning, kind of early. Sun's not even out yet. But anyways, been noticing that, you know, on the jog, I'm just hearing, like, you know, the humming sound that's being used for the noise cancellation is just bounces every time you bounce. And I mean, it at first it was really annoying and really got kind of overwhelming. You do kind of get used to it, but don't really care for it too much. And then, of course, during the transition of the song, it's kind of even worse. So just wanted to let you guys know that. I want you to keep that in mind. Thanks again for your time. God bless you, and peace. And don't forget to like and subscribe to make me popular on YouTube. This is my first video. Thanks. Before we sign off, one word from my sponsor. Take care.